don't really make a lot of mistakes. We got to force them into doing things that they're uncomfortable with doing.
Hey, Coach. Pat Graham,
How you
Associated
doing,
Press.
sir?
Hey, I'm looking ahead to next week. Sorry about this, but next Thursday, two of your good friends are meeting on the football field, and
Who?
Deshaun and Michael as
Okay.
head coaches for
Can
HBC.
we talk about that next week?
Well, it's Thursday, and I didn't know if
We're going to be here Tuesday, aren't we?
I was
Yeah.
gonna write the story Tuesday.
Yo, you want to get it first?
well,
Just say that.
do you want? Yes.
Say that. I got you.
Okay.
Okay,
I just
got
want
you.
to see how significant that is to you and to college football.
It's very significant to me. First and foremost, these are like two of my little brothers, which I adore. And you might not know, you might not feel it, but the ethnicity of it all, to have two young brothers that had tremendous careers in professional football to come down and humble themselves and coach at HBCUs has been truly impactful. I've spoken to, I keep in touch with both of them. Deshaun just texted me last week about fishing because he beat me last time on my lake and I wasn't happy about it. So he saw me fishing and he wondered why he didn't get the invite. I told him he was busy winning games. But I love it because they're paving the way and opening the doors for so many other athletes that desire. You have no idea how many phone calls I get with former NFL players that want to coach. Unfortunately, it's like a system that has been implemented, and they didn't tell nobody that we had to start here, start here, start here until we make it there, withholding our accomplishments and our tenure in the NFL. Like, I would love someone to do a study of how many NFL years of playing count as coaching at a certain level. Like, if I played 5 years in NFL, what is that equivalent to possibly coaching? Because I know when I played the game, impactful on helping come up with some of the defenses that we came up with. And, you know, Mike Vick played quarterback, and Deshaun was one of the best ever at taking the roof off defenses. So I'm pretty sure to catch that many balls and do the things that he accomplished, you got to know the game. And I am so happy just with who they are, their countenance, and what they presented to college football, man. They're both successful in so many ways that you wouldn't even fathom. So great question. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell.
What's going on,
David
boss?
Camera. I have a couple questions.
No
for you.
HBCU questions from you?
No. That's okay.
That's a surprise.
I have two questions for you coming out of the bye. After the game against Iowa State, you and the players talked about you were hoping that this would, be something that sparks this team, it's kind of a turnaround. Have you seen that in practice?
I don't know if I said spark this team. I think we're sparked. I didn't think we needed a spark. You need to win and be consistent in what you did to win those particular games and what we did to lose those games, identify it and try to invoke change. I'm happy with the young men that chooses to do right when wrong is so present. I'm happy with the way they're practicing, the way they're in the meetings, how attentive they are, and I'm seeing some changes of personalities just in the practice habits and how physical they are and what they're going through and to in practice. So I'm happy with what I've seen for the last 3 days.
And then I also want to ask you just, a lot of times teams will use this bye week. It's a good time to get healthy. Do you feel like you guys are healthier? as
We're
you come into this
healthier.
week?
I don't know what that means because everybody's hurting. I'm hurting in like 3-4 different places right now. I don't even play. So everybody's hurting. We got a great training staff led by AP, and they're doing a great job in being transparent. And our guys ain't soft, man. Like one thing that I really love about our guys, you don't see our guys laying around on the field. They get up and they get off the darn field, regardless of how hurt they are. And that's something that us coaches implemented. Like, we don't want to see you laying on the field because we have a rule. If you lay down there and we come out there to get you, you ain't going back in. You ain't going back in. And our guys do a pretty good job of it. And some of them have leapt off the field and they beg to go back in. And we got to protect them in their lives, not just the football of it. I want them to be healthy young men when this is over.
Good. Coach Jack Carlo.
Jack Carlo.
How was your bye week?
Thank you, Jack, for asking. It was great. I went to Texas. I enjoyed myself. Fished like crazy. I caught a turtle one time by the foot. I don't know how that happened. but he's no longer with us. He was a big turtle. He's no longer with us. So,
Were you in Estes too? I think I saw.
you know what? I went to Estes last week. You know, I couldn't get out of the car because of, you know, the prominence that God afforded me, because I want to get out and walk the streets and, you know, do a little Estes shopping. But I seen all the, you know, what you call those big things? The moose, elks. What's a moose? He's bigger. You gotta. I'm black. Okay. I don't know elk, moose, deer. Like they all like family to me. But I saw a lot of big animals around Estes, and I'm not used to that. So it was great. And some deer tried to cut across the front of the car, and definitely wasn't gonna hit them. You know, that's all I need, a brother hitting a deer. And Estes, hey, no, not gonna happen.
It's a cool area.
Yeah, it's a great area. I love it. I want to go back.
Yeah.
I wish they ski there. They don't have any
I don't
ski
think they have a
places.
ski in Estes.
Because I saw the lifts, right? I saw the lifts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
I
not
saw
there.
one of those. Those are things that black folks don't do. I went to the lift line and just to look.
The big gondolas.
I didn't see us represented there.
Going back to football.
Oh, Lord, help me today. I don't know why I'm in a silly mood today. Let's go. I'm sorry, Jack.
Kind of similar to Brian's first question. Like, obviously, like you want to create your own momentum as a team, but how big can momentum be, kind of moving forward after that Iowa State win?
Tremendous, because you got to understand, you believe. You believe. The thing about it, we played this team a year ago, and we were successful. So let's start right there. We believe. It's not like we're going into that game not believing that we can win, because we've done it. So we're going to try our best to do it again with a greater margin. That's the game plan. That's how we go about it. They're a good team, well-coached team, and I love everything about them, but we're going in there with one thing in mind, that's to come out dominant.
Hi, Coach. Adam Ostertag.
How you doing, sir?
24/7 Sports, doing well. You had Chidozie Wanko back on campus, and
Yeah.
he had a very strong message for the team.
Yeah.
What does that do to have a guy that's, was on the program last year come back and speak to the guys in that tone?
For me, in my perspective, that's to shed light on areas that are dark. And that's what he did, because he was sitting in those same seats and I was delivering those same type messages that I deliver to our team every morning. And sometimes those messages register and sometimes they don't. But having a guy that tremendously had pro ability and should be on a professional team, I feel, to come back and say this, and this is some of the things we didn't play that he said were phenomenal. And kids respect it. They respect him because he's a real one and they know his credentials. But to hear it coming from him, to hear it coming from the Randy Mosses and the other guys that's on campus even right now, is tremendous. Because sometimes that outside voice may register a lot more than that inside voice, because that inside voice is so consistent, you stop understanding how vital and how pertinent it is, because it's just a consistent voice, like the mom or the dad saying this, and the neighbor tell you this, and then you pick up the trash or whatever.
Ron Scholes from Ralph Report. Dan Peter, Utah's quarterback, got a little bit banged up last week, and yesterday Coach Whittingham said that there's a distinct possibility that the backup Bird Ficklin starts in his spot. What challenges go into preparing for two separate quarterbacks?
We're not. We're preparing for their scheme. We're preparing for what they've done consistently and what they've done well consistently. It's you don't want to get into that. Now we got to prepare for this. Now we got to be, we'll make adjustments if that happens, and do a research and a study on this particular quarterback. But right now we're just preparing for what they do well, and what they do well, they really do it well.
Hey, Coach, how you feeling?
What's going on, boss?
Not too much. Scott Proctor at DMVR. Coming out of the bye week, what would you say parts, facets of your team are you kind of most looking forward for improvement? Kind of coming out the bye with the week. off
Several
and whatnot?
positions. I don't want to identify those positions, but it's probably the same ones you've been criticizing. I'm looking for improvement in those positions, consistency in certain positions, and I give them statistics all the time. When we do this, we win. When we don't do that, we win. When we do this, we win. So they understand in its totality of where we are and how we feel and what I'm thinking. they're never in the dark of how I feel about what's going on here inside the locker room.
And then just one more. Was curious your thoughts on, we saw Ben last week dress up as you for
Ben is
practice.
good.
What were your thoughts on that?
Ben is good. Ben has a lot of Shiloh in him. They
Oh,
were
the wide one for
dear
him.
friends when they were here. Ben, first of all, Ben is one of the smartest young men on the team. You got to understand his studies and what he's doing in his personal life. But he has a career of entertainment if he don't make it in football, because Ben is so smart, so intelligent, so energetic. He's everybody loves him. The cafeteria should be named after him. That's where he puts in his most work, as well as on the field. But he's one of my favorites, man. I think I brought him up to the office the other day and gave him a bunch of shoes and, clothes and stuff like that, because he's my guy. Works his butt off every day, does not have a bad day, energizes everyone, smart as a whip, make sure everyone is right where they're supposed to be on the field. I love him. I'm looking for several more Bens.
John Treach, 9 News. Coach, during this bye week, were you able to maybe get a big picture perspective of your program, from a wide angle lens and
Yeah,
where
it
you
didn't-
are, where you want to be?
Yeah, it didn't take the bye week for me to get that perspective. I mean, I get that perspective every day. I know where we want to be. I know what we should be. You know what we could be, but I know what we should be. And am I ecstatic right now with where we are? No, but I'm not upset either, because I know what we have in that locker room and on this coaching staff. Could we be better? So much. Should we have won several of the games that we lost? Yes. I can't identify one game that team was better than us and they kicked our butts. I can't identify that. So I'm not happy with where we are, but I'm happy with where we're going, because you got to think about the improvement. Did the offensive line improve? That was the biggest thing you guys criticize all the time. That line is I just said, is ranked third nationally PFL pass block line, 2 teams. That's phenomenal from a team that's coming from a deficit at that position. The running back position, I think during every back we've put back there have had their light and they've shined. And we got a couple guys banged up that one will be coming back, but shoot, Draylon is shine. Cam is shine. Like, those guys have showed you burst of consistency that they can. Micah and all the other ones that have done a tremendous job. The receivers, you see, well, I don't think we've dropped off from a year ago. At tight end, he's very capable, more than capable. A couple of those guys can really get the job done. Quarterback, we need a little more consistency in that. And Caden had a great week last week. I think he was recognized one of the top-ranked passers nationally after the last game we played. So that's phenomenal. On the defensive side, when we have to, we need to all the time. We're shutting down the run at times. We got to be much more consistent at the linebacker position as well. We got to make plays in the secondary. I just tell you that guys that all the time. So special teams are special, truly special. I think we upgraded that in its totality from a year ago. So that was a quick picture of what we're dealing with as a team. And at certain positions, we just need consistency. That's it. And I'm going to go out and get that. That's on me.
Hey, Coach.
Yes, sir.
When you walked in, you said that even when you're going through things in life, sometimes we tend to, kind of cover it up, move on to
Right.
the next thing. You did have that procedure last week and had
Yeah.
to get right back to business.
Yeah.
I wonder, how important was the bye week for you just to recharge your own batteries?
That wasn't important for me. I like to go. After a win like that, you want to keep going. You don't want a bad week. You want to keep the momentum going and just keep going, period. I don't need recharging, man. I mean, God got me. I know that sounds like a cliche, but I'm not lying. God got me. So when I go through things, it's not just for me. It's for others to glean from and say, you know what, if he could fight through that, I could fight through this. If he could walk through that storm, I could walk through that storm. That's what it's for. It's not for me, because I know he has me and I'm one of his soldiers, and he uses me mightily. And I don't stutter at all from the calling that's on my life. I know what it is. It's a high calling. That's why I get attacked all the time, because it's a tremendous calling, and I accept it. Accept all challenges, and I love it. I love where I am in life.
I'm glad. I'm
And
glad
I
you're
love
doing
Boulder. I do. Looking for a crib here, matter of fact. Anybody know in the crib?
well. Another one?
I want to live by Jack. I really do.
I did.
Yeah.
I did want to
Oh, my.
ask.
You in Loma? Yeah. We gotta have dinner, dog. I can't tell you where I am on national television. But I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. I drive by and scoop you. All right. You know, I'm gonna blow one time. You gotta come out now. All right? You went to Silver Creek? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm just saying. I'm not that familiar with Longmont. I just know how to get it working back, and I got a few restaurants I frequent. Tremendous. Okay.
I did want to ask you about somebody we asked you about last year briefly.
Yes, sir.
We asked you last year about Shohei Ohtani going 50-50, right?
Oh, my God.
And the other
I
night,
just saw him hit a bomb the other night, right?
well, he went through 6 innings, struck out 10, and then hit 3 home runs in the
That is
same game.
ridiculous, man. He did what?
6 innings, struck out 10, and then went 3 for 3 at the plate and hit 3 home runs
Do
in a
they
closeout
Can they
game.
just hand him the MVP during the game?
I was going to ask you if you think that's the best individual performance, maybe not just in baseball, but for a single game in sports history.
Yeah, because he's doing something that's unfathomable. I'm not going to say sports history because I can't recant everything that has transpired in sports history. I've seen some wonderful tennis matches. I don't really watch golf, but I've seen some wonderful things that has transpired in sports that it's hard for me to say that, but that is unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. It's so funny because when I'm in the cafeteria, the baseball games are on, and I'm thinking, dang, I really used to do that. But it's unbelievable. Everybody's throwing 95 and over now. like everybody's launching, they hitting bombs now. It's unbelievable, man, what this game has gotten to. But I like it because it's faster, it's quicker, and you're allowing it's many more guys. I hope he opens the door for others because there's many more pitchers, not more, that don't sound right, many pitchers that can do both, but they're never allowed to do so because they put them in a pocket and say, you just need to do that. So hopefully he opened the doors for others. We good?
Hey, Coach, Jake Schwannis, DMVR. I wanted to ask you about Cam Michael. Just, what have you seen from him just over the last 2 years, those injuries he's dealt with? And
He dealt with a lot of injuries, which has put him behind the 8 ball. Whenever we put him, he works his butt off and gives us everything he has, whether it's special teams. Now he's at running back. He was at receiver. He's been at safety. I can't wait till the spring because we really identified what we think he is. And he definitely going to still have an opportunity to play both sides of the ball because that's who we are. But we want to see him a little more on the defensive side as well. But the kid is a baller, never complains, practices his butt off when he's healthy. Great kid. He's one of those type of kids that you want in your program. And I love the way he goes about life and the way he goes about the game. Great kid.
Thanks, Coach.
My dog. I didn't know you was there, man. I got you, dog.
Speaking of Cam Michael. Jake, you want to start?
Hey, Cam, Jake Schwannis, DMVR. Just what has this been like for you the last 2 years, dealing with these injuries, now finally being able to make an impact on the field? What's it been like?
It's been, I say it's just been like a process. Like, I just know, like, it's just like being myself. Just got to believe, like, I'm going to get over it. Because I know, like, being with my broke hand and having my injuries, I just felt like I should have just take my time. Because I've been going in and out of this. And then, like, my coaches and stuff, they believe in me. So I just got to believe in myself because, like, confidence issues could happen. And I just stay with it. And so now, just my time's coming. So I just got to play.
Hi, Cam. Adam Munster Tiger, 24/7 Sports. We saw you in the backfield last game against Iowa State. Is that a role you're pretty comfortable in after playing a lot of quarterback in high school?
Yes. That's what it feels like now. It feels like more like just like when I was in high school and stuff. I just got to get comfortable with it. So, because I've been at receiver like the past 2 years and stuff. So, and I've been moving around with different positions. I just feel like it's getting more comfortable every day. I've been doing a lot better. So, it's more like a process type of thing.
Hey Cam, Harrison Simeon, Buffs and SI. When Draylon Miller was inserted in that position that you took, and then he went down with the injury, was that something where you raised your hand and kind of seized, or was that something that the coaches went to you and were like, "We're going to put you in this spot," and that's how you got your opportunity?
It's kind of I would just say like, I was just waiting on my time to come. I wouldn't really say it. I was just like, I'm ready for it because anything can happen. So at that time, my coaches was talking to me after the TCU game about it, and so I was just waiting for it to come and actually do it in practice and stuff. And it's been doing really good. I've been really doing good at it, so I feel really comfortable with it.
Hey Cam, Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. Coach was just talking about you also playing safety and doing a lot of special teams as well. Have you enjoyed moving around and playing a lot of different spots, or is there a part of you that would love to focus on one?
It feels good to do a lot, just show my versatility because I wouldn't put my own self in one position. I feel like I can do a lot, so I just say like wherever the team can put me at, and I know I can see that, let's do it. Really.
You ready to go at any spot?
Yes, any spot.
Hey, Cam. Jack Harlow with Buffs on SI. Just, kind of similar to that question, too. Just what has it been like for you to get an opportunity to play multiple roles? Because obviously, Coach Prime has allowed guys to play on both sides of the ball and kind of like Draylon Miller types, too. Just how cool has that been for you to get a chance to play multiple positions?
It's been feeling good. That's another reason why I came here, too, so I can show my versatility because I know Coach Prime, he's like a guy I know that could really do it. So I know that when I came here, I was just like, I had to show like at a position that I can do something, and then at another position I can do it too. So there's no, when like the time comes and they need me in that position, I know I can do it, and he knows I can do it.
I want to ask you just a team question, just coming off that game against Iowa State. Some of the guys we talked to after the game said they're hoping that could be a spark for this team. Have you seen that in practice and just in the locker room, that maybe guys are taking some confidence from that, knowing that you guys can finish a game and beat good teams?
Oh, yes. I just feel like more like, I feel like everybody's starting to buy in now. Like, I just felt like maybe it's just a little bit of people, like, it wasn't believing. Like, I our word is belief all the time. So I just felt like now, like, ever since we got that win, especially during the game, you could just kind of tell with, like, everybody's momentum and energy, you could tell it's a shift. So I felt like after we started actually, like, stopping, like, the big downs on fourth down and stuff, everybody actually started to believe and saying, yes, we really can do it. Because me personally, I don't really feel like we should have lost all the games that we had, because I feel like, me personally, we're the best team in the nation.
Hey, Cam. I just wanted to ask you, who do you think is the fastest player on the team and why?
Me, no doubt. I wouldn't put nobody over me, so I can line up anybody. I'll say that any day. I'm the fastest person on the team. Me personally, I don't want to see about other people in the nation and see who's faster than me, but I just know for sure I'm the fastest person on the team. I ain't worried about that.
Hey, Cam, I just wanted to ask you a follow-up to what you were talking about with Brian here. Do you think that maybe this year just took this group a little bit longer to gel than maybe some other teams? Because, there's a lot of turnover from last year.
I wouldn't say that, because I know, like, when we came in for the spring and summer, a lot of us, like, we kind of just, like, gelled together. It's kind of awkward because, like, with a lot of transfer portal, like, you really don't, like, because everybody have their own ego and stuff. I didn't really feel like it was, like, more of an ego thing. Like, even the guys that came in, like, they came in for, like, they know because they came in to help out with the team instead of just, like, for their own vendettas and stuff. So I felt like we all took it and we just, like, gelled together because, like, when I was in the receiver room, we was fine. We was perfectly fine. Like, running back room, like, me and Dre, we both came over there. It was still fine. The quarterbacks and stuff, like, we gelled together, and it's, like, we're all kind of real close. And, like, we all got, like, we talk all the time. So it's, like, a good thing.
I wanted to ask you about Caden a little bit. From your perspective, it seems like he's grown throughout the season and maybe coming off at least his best half of football in that second half against Iowa State. What have you seen from him as a leader, and do you feel like he's a different person heading into this week than he was week one?
I don't really think that. I think because games happen, so stuff happens. You're a quarterback. A lot of stuff gonna be blamed on you and stuff like that. So I feel like he just had to keep a straight head because stuff happens. I just feel like this week I feel like he's a lot more than he's been the past weeks, but I feel like he's been kind of same person every week, really.
Being here for the last 2 years as a two-way player, you've played alongside a lot of really talented guys. Has there been a guy who has you've learned the most from or made an impact, the biggest impact on you?
Last year, really, just watching, like, Travis. And, like, especially with like a speed, quick guy, like watching Jimmy and Tay, those type of guys, just like seeing how they move and stuff. I was like, ever since like when I was hurt with my groin injury, so I could sat back and like watch and actually learn, and I feel like that helped me more than a lot. And so like that's why I feel like with my injuries, I felt like it was like a God thing. I could sit back and watch and pick up on what was actually going on in the game instead of just like actually doing it. So my time just been like process. I feel like that's a lot, but it helped me.
Anything else for Cam? All right, thank you, sir. Quentin Gibson. Matt, go ahead.
Cam just said he was definitively the fastest dude on the team. Do you have any response to that?
Cam is not faster than me. He probably second though.
Is that right? You think he's probably second?
Yeah.
And you're definitively number one.
Yeah.
How has it gone for you in your freshman year, kind of coming along, you know, started out special teams, now they're starting to work you into the offense more. Are you starting to get more and more confident?
Yes, sir. It's like getting more comfortable with the game, you know, relaxing more, like letting the atmosphere like not control me. Like the pressure is off now.
Harrison, go ahead.
Hey Quinn, Harrison Simeon, Buffs SI. Coach Primus said earlier in the season that you've been several times where you're this close to breaking one of those kickoff returns for touchdown. Do you feel the same way?
Yes. I feel like it's coming soon. I feel like I could have had a couple, but I messed up a little bit.
Anything else? Go ahead, Matt.
I was going to ask you, obviously there was a play against TCU. How was that handled by the coaching staff, you know, punt return, you know, the kind of drilled Cam right in the back there. How was that handled? How did you handle it? And from a coaching staff perspective, when they came to you, talked about it, what did they say with you?
I was kind of down on myself, but my teammates and my coaches came in, like, boosted me up. Like, they said, like, we didn't practice it a lot. Like, we're going to practice it more, get into it.
Jack.
Hey Quinn, Jack Harlow, Buff Sun SI. This past week during the bye, you guys had a scrimmage on Wednesday. Performed pretty well at just. What do you think that kind of did for the team and some of the guys who haven't maybe played as much on game days?
Sure, it's giving them an opportunity to show what they can do so that they can be on the field too.
Quentin, how have you balanced being a true freshman off campus and playing on the field? What would have been the biggest challenges there, and what have you learned about yourself here this fall?
Like, can you elaborate a little more?
Yeah, what have you learned playing as a true freshman here these last few months?
Sure, really patience. That's the most thing I learned. Like, coming in, like, last year I played a lot, like, in high school. So, like, coming in and, like, not really being able to, like, play off the rip, like, it just taught me a little patience to wait.
Go ahead, Harrison.
Quinn, early on in the season, the wide receiver room, kind of took a little bit of time for them to get involved in the offense. Are you seeing that room kind of gel? And then if so, like, who are some of those guys that you've kind of maybe taken you under their wing and stuff like that?
I'm gonna say, like, out of the older people in the receiving room, I really hang around O and Joe the most. Like, they take me under their wing. They teach me, like, what I should be doing instead of, like, what's bad, you know.
Go ahead.
What's up, Q? Sometimes people like look at special teams as like just like the third phase of the game is kind of like a throwaway. But how much pride do you kind of take in having that important role that can honestly like swing games and obviously your team's favor?
You know, I feel very grateful to be in that role because that is very important in the football. Like, if I was to, like, say I could return one, that could change the whole momentum of the game. So, yeah.
Anything else for Q? Go ahead, Nikki.
Hey, Quinton. I'm just curious, how much has your knowledge of the game developed since you've come into the college level?
It developed a lot more. Like, in high school, I was really, like, playing off talent. Like, now I get more in depth, like, what this DB gonna do? Is he gonna shoot his hands and move his feet first? Just become a student of the game more.
All right, thanks, Q. Appreciate you. Yeah.
Hey, London. Jake Schwanitz, DMVR. We're talking to you. We just talked to Quentin, just talked to Cam Michael. Just, do you feel like there's a youth movement going on with this team, with you and the upcoming classes as well?
Yes, most definitely. We just trying to represent for other upperclassmen, in high school, coming in and stuff like that to show that they can be a big impact for our team. So definitely us, younger classmen, being on the field, Alex, Quentin, everybody, all the freshmen that's doing their thing, is definitely, showing that it's definitely possible for, freshmen to be a big impact, in college football.
What's up, London? How you doing, bro?
What's up?
I know when you came here to play early. How rewarding has it been for you and some of the guys you just mentioned, Alex included? I know you got your first start in Iowa State last week. How just rewarding is that to get that first start in your belt this early?
I mean, yeah, it definitely feels good when you work for it. I've been working all my life, and this is my dream, and I'm glad to be living it. And when I first got here, I knew it was gonna be really hard to be an impact as a freshman. So, but the coaches believed in me. As soon as I stepped on campus, and so I just trusted it. I just put my trust into them, and then everything's working out. I'm just playing hard, doing my thing. So and that now I'm just being rewarded for it.
Hey, London. Harrison Simeon, Buffs SI. Coach Prime said earlier that no matter who's playing quarterback for Utah this weekend, that it's more about the scheme that you guys are going to be preparing for. What do you see out of that scheme?
Yeah, a lot of run scheme, quarterback run, power, a lot of gap scheme, pullers. We just do our thing. Stop the run, but just play heavy hands, hit the pullers. Stay home, don't let the quarterback get outside, and then level rush, and we're gonna be straight.
Hey, London, Brian Howell, the Daily Camera. I have a couple questions for you. First off, just kind of going off the youth theme here. What's impressed you about the young guys that you've come in with?
We all have that same mindset of, being a dog, wanting to come in and play and try to reach that freshman All-American goal. And that's it. We all just have that, same dog mentality. We all come from, very top high schools, nationally ranked high schools. And so, yeah, I feel like that's a big part of it, too. We already are in that, kind of situation where we always want to be on top.
And then I just want to ask you, just team-wise, several of the players we talked to after the Iowa State game were hoping that would be maybe a game that would turn the tide a little bit for your season. Have you seen a difference in this team in practice since the Iowa State game?
Oh, yeah, definitely. We definitely, flipped the switch. And, I feel like everybody's going to start seeing that throughout the season. And, that game was a turn point of our, our season. And, practice is definitely, we working harder than we ever worked. It's getting heated, but, at the end of the day, it's all love, and we know what we've got to do.
Hey, London. I'm Jack Carlo with Buffs on SI. I think before the season, Coach Prime said that freshmen are kind of the foundation of the program. Just what does that mean to you?
I mean, it's kind of like we are. I mean, it means it's good to know that we the foundation, because we are here to build and just setting a prime example for other freshmen coming in. And that you're going to have to work, to get on the field. And when you get on the field, you got to do your thing. Because, one thing Coach Hilo says is shouldn't be a drop-off between the ones and the twos and the threes. So everybody, everybody that gets in the game should be able to do what they got to do. And should be no worry about whoever's in.
Hey, London, stepping in year one and having the kind of, impact that you are, the success that you're having, does that motivate you to then go even harder here moving forward, knowing where you're starting from, which is already ahead of a lot of other guys your own age?
Oh, yeah, sir, of course. Yeah, definitely. We're not a lot of freshmen out there are, getting an opportunity I am, but so I definitely, want to take that opportunity and make the best of it. That's why I work my butt off every day. And, I have, people, rooting for me, and I got, a lot of family that's rooting for me and making sure, want to see, me do good. So I got to put on for them too. So, yeah.
The other thing I was going to ask you is about your perception of Colorado before you got here, and then how it's changed since you've been here.
Yeah, I mean, before I got here, I was thinking about it, it was really similar to IMG, where I was at. The schedule was almost identical. And then, but yeah, coming here is just, I feel like it was just college in general that, was a big difference from high school. You're a lot faster, a lot bigger guys and things like that. So yeah, when I got here in the spring, it was definitely like a hit in the face, but I adapted well, and I started to just keep working every day, got 1% better every day, and then that leads to where I am now. Oh, the state. I mean, it's cool. It's a cool state, the mountains and things like that. It's a beautiful scene, but the altitude really hits you. But because I'm from the south, so that really affected me when I first got here. But now I feel like it's good because when you get in shape, here you in shape anywhere else in the world. Yeah.
Hey, London. After Iowa State, Tawfiq Bayard got a lot of praise from everybody from the quarterback to offensive line. But from your perspective as a defender, what has his growth been like throughout the season, especially for you as a freshman to see that kind of leadership?
Oh, but yeah, he's definitely a leader for sure. He's been doing his thing, making plays all over the field. In practice, he talks to the D-line, the DNs especially, because, we work with each other, line up in the 6-tech or a 9-tech. So he's making sure we, stay in our gaps because he's feeling outside of us, or if we're feeling outside, he's feeling inside. So we definitely had to, be on the same page and things like that. So he definitely, his communication is top notch. So, yeah. Definitely a great leader.
Hey, London. Colorado's offensive line has been one of the most successful in the country right now. What is it like in practice going up against them, and how has it developed your game?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, I'm getting better every day, especially going against, Jordan Seaton, every play. He's making me better, and I really appreciate that. So, just going against them, if I'm doing my thing against them, I can do my thing against any other O-line, in college football, period. So, yeah.
Hey, London, Pat Graham, Associated Press. I know you have a lot of star power and coaching ranks there with Deion and everybody who comes in. But when a player like Chidozie comes in and you hear it from him, does it carry a little more weight? Do you listen a little closely?
Yeah, because so I got here. I was here for the bowl game in December, so that's when he was still here. So I've kind of built a little relationship with him. Then so he kind of told me some words back then too. So definitely seeing him back was great, and then the words of wisdom from him was definitely motivational and made me want to go even harder.
Anything else for London? All right, thank you, sir.
All right, cool. Appreciate you.